I miss black people. I know that sounds crazy, but I am from Georgia, and I used to go to HBCU, and the majority of my friends were black, and now I live in a small town in California, and I miss black people. There's not very many here, and I hate it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my job, I love my friends here, but I miss black people. Don't come for me. I miss the culture, I miss the vibe, I miss the confidence, the jokes, the food. I miss black people. Something's missing in my life, and I've come to the conclusion that that's what it is.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
All right. Thank you, young lady. This went viral, by the way. Welcome back to the hottest show in the galaxy. It's the Karen Hunter Show. And as I was watching this, I was thinking how many people would be offended by this. Or, let me ask you, Dr. Daniel Black is here. He of many things. One of the most deep people that I know in my life. I love this man, Dr. Daniel Black. How is this different from white power? When people are like, I love white people, somebody would say, what I'm about to talk about with you is like, well, what's the difference?
Here's the difference, I think. First of all, when she said that, I'm going to tell you what first came to me. This makes perfect sense to me. Because when you're talking about American culture, especially Southern American culture, Black people raised the same people who turned around and raped us. We raised those same people. They suckled at breasts and then 15 years later killed your son. In other words, of course you miss Black people because, and this is quite true, in many instances in terms of Black culture, we delivered you, we breastfed you, we raised you, we fed you, we prayed over you. Come on, somebody. We created tonics when you were ill. I can't hear nobody on this platform. Listen, in other words, every single facet of white life was buttressed by a Black hand. So the notion of being outside of Black influence makes sense to me why a white person might say, I miss Blackness. I get it. Because one could also miss Black serviceability. And the notion of Black culture, why would you miss Black culture? And not because somebody misses paying going to a stadium concert, but because that same Black woman who was taking care of you when you were 3 or 4 years old was humming as she was doing it.
I saw this differently. And I felt what she was saying. She went to an HBCU, which is a choice, right? Which vast majority of it, people don't know this, but there are a lot of white people on HBCU campuses.
Sure.
Because again, it's an open campus. You can go, you're not going to discriminate against people. So Morehouse has people who are melanemic, so does Park Atlanta and Spelman, Howard, plenty. That she chose to go to an HBCU says something about her because that was a choice, number one.
Yes.
Number two, what I feel her missing is the culture that pastor said we don't have. And what that says to me, and I've been saying this, Dr. Black, because it is unfathomable that we live in a world where people have so much to say about people they don't know, but 3/4 of American white people who identify as white don't have relationship with Blacks.
That's true.
This young lady has relationships.
She does, exactly.
So what she's talking about is something that we could be at a funeral cracking jokes because that's part of it. We're going to break out. There's going to be some jokes. There's going to be some boots on the ground. Doesn't mean we're unserious. It means that we have found a way to be joyful in the midst of all kinds of trauma and terror. We're going to find a way. Okay.
Absolutely.
And the food and the comfort that you're talking about, the ease at which, we love one another, and at the same time will hate one another. The hater thing, like it's so complex. But if you're in that, and then you're away from it because now she's not in it.
That's right. And Karen, the way that historically Black people go out of our way to make white people comfortable when they arrive.
That is true. That is true.
Absolutely.
That is true.
I can see why she would miss
so
that.
She misses it. And I believe her. I believe it's not just the serviceability of our Black bodies. It's that she really misses the community. Because to be absent of, I know there's a scripture about absence of something, but I can't call it right
from
now.
The body is to be present with the Lord.
Okay. I don't know if that works right now, but
it does work. I'm saying,
I see, but I
see Black people as the Lord.
Yeah. Ooh, that's interesting. But I felt everything. She whispered it because it was like, I'm not supposed to say this.
I'm not supposed to say this, right?
But I do miss it. And what I also see, the juxtaposition, is that the majority of white people who identify with whiteness in this country don't know what she's talking about. They just know us as criminals, and we're morally, DNA bereft of all kinds of, humanity and all the things.
But Karen, they would know if black men walked out of the NFL, they'd know.
I wish for that day.
I wish
for one Sunday. Any given Sunday, y'all have the cojones to do that.
Just one day. If we walked out of the NBA, they would know. They would all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, whoa. Where's the game? What happened here? Absolutely. And I wish for it too. I really do wish for it.
And even that's not Blackness.
That's right. It's really not Blackness.
Even that's the serviceability that you're talking about. That's not Blackness. What that young lady is talking about, she knows some things.
Absolutely, she does. That's why I said the whole notion, we birthed them, actually fed them, read to them at night. In other words, she's saying there's something fundamental about the beauty and the spiritual nature of Black existence that has fed her soul too.
So why isn't this like white power? Or when white people say we want our own, why isn't this the same?
Because we give Black culture away. Anybody can have it if you want it. We never hoard it. Anybody can have it if you want it. But that white power is just the opposite. Can't nobody have it. Black culture, anybody can have it if you want it. And it is because Black people understand, but we've not said this out loud, but it's true. We understand that the ability to create culture in Black people is ever regenerative. In other words, we can create it anytime we want it. So absolutely you can have it. Because all I got to do is do it all over again. Ah, God. In other words, giving it to you does not lessen it in me. Because I'm the creator of it. It's like, I'll sing a song for you. That's no problem. Because I'm going to sing it again tomorrow. And when I sing it tomorrow, it won't be like I sang it.
Different. It's going to be different. That's right.
Absolutely. So there's nothing I lose in singing it to you. In fact, sit down. Help yourself. It is ever regenerative. It recreates itself by the hour.
All right. So I just played a clip from a young lady, Melanie young lady who went to an HBCU, and now she's in corporate America, and she's like in a state that doesn't have a very many Black folks. She doesn't really, and she realized that she's not happy. She's got some sadness in her soul, and she realized what it was. She's not around a bunch of Black people.
That's right.
And she shared that, and it's almost 1 million views on it.
Yes.
So as she's sharing it, Dr. Black, other people are coming in saying, you know what? Me too. There's a whole other Me Too movement, and I'm here for it.
I love it.
Play the second clip.
Black people. I know that sounds crazy, but
so that hot take is not even a hot take. Sis, of course you miss Black people. Black people are everything. They are the heart and soul of America. They are, oh my God, the most beautiful, loving, fun, all the things. They are the fucking culture. Of course you miss Black people. That's not a hot take. That's a fact. I moved to Vancouver. When I first moved to Canada, I moved to Vancouver. And Vancouver does not have many Black people, period. They have a ton of Chinese, there's a ton of Punjabi Indians, whole different culture, great to get to know people, great to learn it. But when I tell you how bad I missed Black people, how bad I missed that culture, that love, that joy, that God, I don't even know. I can't even put words to what it is. So I knew when I moved back to Canada, I needed to go somewhere with more Black people. So I went to Calgary. You know why? Because in Calgary, there's a lot of Nigerians. And I love it. I love it. However, I'm going to tell you something. There ain't nothing like American Black. There is no Black that is American Black. And we should say it more often. We should say more often what American Black means and how it feels and how much we love it. Love it. Love them. Love them as individual people, as a culture, as a vibe. Being American Black is just so fucking special. So special. And if you ain't never had an old Black man or an old Black woman say to you, honey child or baby girl, you are missing the fuck out. Missing out. You don't even know life. You don't even know life till that happens to you. Till you know people like that. So, that is not a hot take. I guess it's a hot take because nobody says it. We should say it more. We should say it more. We should say it all the time. American Black people are the best people on the planet. Period. Hands down. Bar none. End of story. Period.
I approve that message, not just because I'm American Black, but I mean, what I really love, Dr. Daniel Black is here. It's the Karen Hunter Show. What I really loved about this clip was this is another woman without melanin who obviously has had relationship. And it's something that I've been saying without really saying it when I talk about the 3/4 of American people who identify as white, not having relationship with people, but you have very strong opinions and you're harming us with those strong opinions, but you don't know us. You don't know us. That woman knows. She's been around and she has synthesized and understood what it is without even saying something's wrong with her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we have a way. I can't sing and dance like Beyonce, but I can appreciate her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and it doesn't take anything away from my greatness. You know, like she can talk about this from a perspective that very few people can. And I, as a Black person, haven't even heard that. And I, as a Black person, would never say that the way she said it, but I felt every word of what she said because I know what it is.
Yes. And see, the reason I felt what she said is because of this. From the time we arrived in this country, Professor Hunter, until now, white people have always had the ability to live in America and never know us. It sounded like she knew us. That's why it felt good. Versus Black people have known white people since day one. We had to. Our survival was too intricately connected to theirs. We cleaned their houses. We raised their children. The list goes on and on. We've always known white. In fact, we knew things about them that they didn't even know about them. But they didn't have to know us. So this notion that for this moment, she sees the value in who we are as Black people. Like you said, not just the serviceability, but sees the actual essence, sees the value of us. It's like, oh my gosh, wow, that's nice. Because actually, if she knows us, it's because she chose to.
That. And even moving someplace thinking she would be around Black people and realizing that there was a difference. Because I've had to, the continent was colonized, not enslaved. So there's a different relationship, even because you never
Sure.
left blackness, but now you were bathed in this, imperialistic way
Sure.
to not love yourself. And
Absolutely.
then you also fed these lies about us. So
Right.
there's this weird chasm that you have that you're battling with if you're on a continent, which is why skin bleaching is a $1 billion industry.
Right.
And the wigs and the hair and all
Oh
that.
my
And,
gosh.
and then I'm not saying if you wear those, you're self-hating, but the prevalence at which, from the meticulous way you speak English,
Sure.
which is also
Sure.
is a tell to me. It's different.
It is different. And Karen, I think there's something that you're saying that is so profound, that is such a hard pill for us as a people to swallow, because our self-hatred is up in there. It's in there. It's in the, and if we can really get to a place where we admit that, right, it'll help us move towards healing. And here's how you know. I don't know any white people who wear Afro wigs. Hello? I don't know nobody wear Afro wigs. Now they may love black people, but they will not put our hair on their heads. They will not do that. But that doesn't. I think afros are gorgeous.
Koreans do. I've seen a bunch of videos of them wearing afros and
yes,
doing the whole.
But see, I think they're clowning. I don't think that they would wear that actually as a part of their reality.
Oh, I think they love the facsimile of black culture.
Now, I definitely think that. I think that, yes.
And that's a serviceability relationship. Because
that's it.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
You know, Eddie Huang is, I think, a good example of somebody who was raised in the culture, who understands it, as an Asian person, and not using it to, build industry like K-pop or whatever. Y'all can at me, but I know what I'm talking about as it relates to this. But it's not, I'm not just going to use this form to mimic, something that we admire, but we don't have to understand it. We can just take from it. So you get all these boy bands and girl. But I think fundamentally what these two clips to me, and it freed me a little bit, in addition to reading Sky Full of Elephants, is that what are you without whiteness as a black person?
That's right.
Are you any good? Because other people are basking in something I don't think many of us have even contemplated. What makes you valuable or good as a person? What is your culture really? They will define our culture as ghetto, and they're trying to put that label on some of our most brilliant people like Jasmine Crockett, and we're violent with this, with that, and then we are always reacting to the negative labels.
So profound.
But when you talk about the creativity being endless.
Yes.
How many of us are actually sitting in the possibilities and every day waking up with, I can do all things. What can I do? What do I want to do today? Not in juxtaposition, what will they let me do? I hear that too much. They're not going to let, who's they? And what's the letting part? What are you doing?
And see, it's even the way, I was thinking about the clip that you played a moment ago, the brother, the other white guy who was talking about, we wouldn't let this black culture in our church, right? The thing that's profound first is there's an epistemological assumption that he's standing on, which absolutely must be unearthed in order for people to really understand the magnitude of what that white man was saying. And that epistemological understanding is this. It's the assumption that I want to go to your church. It's the assumption that I need church. See, if I don't agree with these governing assumptions, what he's saying is moot and irrelevant. He knows that most people agree. See, he knows that black people's foot in the white church is so solid that the notion that they can't come to my church is tantamount to him saying, you can't get to my heaven.
Oh.
But if black people ever get clear that you don't have to have the church to have God, you don't need a structure. Ooh.
Or I was going to say, or you are our church.
Absolutely.
Two or more gathered.
Absolutely.
Two or more gathered.
Absolutely. That church is not a performance. Church is not a building. Really, 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 spirituality is an essence. Spirituality is an existence. You do spirituality when you wake up in the morning.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We